Oh, Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihi kareem, amma ba'd. Today we will go into a quick overview of what we're doing, what we were discussing yesterday. And on top of that, we will just go on to explain the rest of the Maktab program. So just to over a recap of yesterday, we started yesterday by explaining that there are four components of the Maktab program, four components. Okay, number one was the Quran, the Arabic, which is the Qaida, which is the Quran reading. So, and the Tajweed rules, the Qawaid. So these were the first components. The second component was the memorization. The memorization, we mentioned three parts to the memorization. One part was memorization of the surah that every Muslim needs in their daily salah, daily ma'mulat. The second one was the masnoon, du'a masnoona, the du'a al-masnoon. So from the hadith of Rasulullah. So this is the second part of memorization. And the third part of memorization were the names of Asma al-Sifat. So the names of Allah Ta'ala with the translation. So these were the three components of the second subject, which is the memorization. The third subject we talked about was the Islamic studies. And there are 7 subjects to the Islamic studies, which we will explain in a bit, inshallah. And then also Islamic studies has from grade 1 to grade 8 is one structure, and then the Islamic studies grade 9 plus is a different structure. So there's a different curriculum for 9 plus, not 9 plus, 9th grade and above. And from 8th grade and below, there's a different books. So I'll explain that, inshallah. And then the last component of the maktab was basically the application, the practical wudu, practical salah, istinja, ghusl, as much as we can. Yeah, the fiqh aspect, application, not theoretical like so many fara'id, so many sunnah, but more of a application. Okay, so because we have some brothers who are joining us from far away, I'm just going to do a quick summary of what we discussed in the qa'idah. So in the qa'idah, what was the main goal? The goal was teaching in a way that we make the children spell out every rule in every situation and every example. Spell out. Basically, they have to spell and read. They have to explain. When they're reading a small lesson, they have to explain why they're saying why they're saying why they're saying why they're saying an'am. So you have to explain to us. So that is the whole purpose, that from the beginning to the end of Qaida, we go very, very slowly, but we have a solid foundation by doing two things. We make them spell out the example of every lesson in every example. That's number one. Number two, we have a testing every month. Every single month, every single student is tested at least once. And we have a whole tracking system. I showed the tracking paper. I'll show them again today when I show the examination structure and examination documents. Okay, now, so let's quickly go over yesterday. So we discussed that when it comes to the letters, we want to teach the children the actual letters, not the short. So we don't want to say jim, we want to say jim because it is mad alid waqfi. We want to teach ghain because it's mad dalin. We want to teach as sad, both with mad lazim because it's, and also with the qalqala. So the makharij we want to teach in this manner. Then we explained that the sequence, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the sequence we want to make them memorize alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, dal, zal, sa, sin, shin, sad, da, ta, da, fa, qaf, kaf. Why? Because we want them to know the sequence of the noon sakin rules. So when we go to the noon sakin rules, they don't have to re-memorize the sequence of the huruf again. Okay, then we went on to explain how when we come to this page, where instead of putting too much load on the students, we just make them memorize the name. So here they learn the first one is fatha, the second one is kasra, the third one is called dhamma. This is called fathatain or two fatha. This is called kasratain or two kasra. This is called dhammatain or two dhamma. And then when we go into the application, then we say that you have the alif, but on top of the alif, if there is a fatha, the alif becomes hamza. Now, what is on top of the hamza? This is a fatha. What happens if you put hamza on top of fatha? It becomes now you have ba. He knows the ba, she knows the ba. So we say, what is on top of the ba? There is a fatha on top of the ba. So if you add fatha on the ba, what does the ba become? The ba becomes ba. So in this manner, they learn. And then the spelling, if you can see, there's in the thing, you see the spelling. So the spelling, it says dal, fatha, da, ra, fatha, ra, together, dara, sin, fatha, sa, all together, darasa. So we will never teach dal, fatha, da, ra, fatha, ra, sin, fatha, no. Because why? Because we want to teach them 11 sounds in this one box. 11 sounds. Dal is one sound, Fatha is one sound, Da is one sound. Ra is one sound, Fatha is one sound, Ra is one sound. Dara together is one sound. Sin is one sound, Fatha is one sound, Sa is one sound. Darasa together is one sound. So we want them to learn 11 different distinct sounds in every example of this. Yes. Then we said that what do you call? The next one was the we call mad tabi'i. So in mad tabi'i we explained there are 6 mad tabi'i, right? How many? 6. So we said fatha before alif is 1 alif or 2 harakah. Then we said kasra before ya sakin is also 1 alif or 2 harakat. So here we explain 2 things. Here we said that when we are teaching kasra before ya sakin, then we make the children, we ask them how many qawaid, how many rules. Why? Because we want children to now count the rules, count the qawaid in every word. Count. Wow. Yeah, so it's basically the when you break it down, it's alif waw ya, but you can write it in 2 ways. You can write it as a standing fatha, the alif al-sughra, or you can send alif with the fatha before it. So that's why even though in real sense it's alif waw ya, but when you break it down, because everything is for children, not for us. We know it, alhamdulillah. But we have to make sure that this generation children, they understand it as easy as we know it. So we are trying to make it easy for them. So we're saying fatha before alif, which is very easy for him to remember. Oh, fatha before alif, okay. Then we say kasra before ya sakin. It's very easy. And then they're also counting ibadi or khalidin. They're saying, oh, fatha before alif is one rule, kasra before ya sakin is one rule. So they're counting the rules. And the third one was dhamma before, yeah, dhamma before wow. Yes, we say dhamma before wow. So this was the 3, and then we have the standing one, the sughra one. We have so we have the sughra abatha in this way, sughra alif. Then you have the sughra wow, the sughra ya. We have ebt, and we have the sughra thing wow. So we have ubutu here. We have ubutu. So when we break up mad tabi'i, it becomes 6 basically for the children. For us, it's 3, but for the children, we break it down into 6. Okay? Okay, now, then we went on to explain that when it comes to the tanween, we have to eventually let the students understand tanween and sukun. Noon, sukun, and tanween is basically the same thing. It's just how you write it. It's the same thing, but same sound. It's the same sound, but you're writing it differently. And to make it easier to understand, we are saying Hamza fathatain is also an, and Hamza fatha noon sakin is also an. Hamza fathatain is also an. Hamza fatha noon sakin sukun is also an. Both are an. So now they understand, oh, so this an became that an can become this an. So why this is important? If they don't understand this, then ikhfa, idgham, idhar, iqlab is difficult to explain. This is the foundation of ikhfa, idgham, idhar, iqlab, because in each of them, they will first look at, is it tanween or sukun? Tanween or sukun? Yes, you have to break it and make sure they understand this concept fully well before you move on to the ikhfa or idhar. Why? If they don't understand tanween or sukun, then they are going to give us a hard time in ikhfa, because you're saying after noon sakin. Like, what is noon sakin? We're saying after tanween. So what is tanween? So they have to understand what is tanween, what is noon sukun before we move on to the next lesson. So this is very important. That's why you'll see. So you have tanween, then you have sukun, ta fatha, noon sakin, tan. Ta fathatain, tan. Ta kasra, noon sakin, tin. Ta kasratain, tin. Ta dhamma, noon sakin, or sukun is tun. Ta dhammatain is tun. So they should understand that. And then you have the mixed example where you have some of them are with the noon sukun, some of them are with the tanween. So you have, for example, adan, you have tanween, and kun, you have noon sukun. So here, if you want to take more time, give more examples, just make sure we don't move on before they understand. Okay, this is sukun, this is tanween. Sukun, tanween. Sukun means the noon sukun. Okay, now coming back to tajdeed. So tajdeed was like this. For example, Ain Fatha A, Dal Tashdid Ad. Ain Fatha A, Dal Tashdid Ad. Dal Fatha Da, Adda. For example, Hayya, Ha Fatha, Ya Tashdid Hay. Ha Fatha. No, you have to say Tashdid. Or Shadda, yes. only tashdid, because we will explain the fatha dhamma afterwards. So we're saying hay. We're saying hay means ha fatha, ya tashdid, ha fatha ha, right? And then ya tashdid hay. Then we're saying ya fatha ya, because suku.
Say sukun.
Yeah, because sukun we taught them separately as tanween and sukun, right? So here we say shadda, yes. So then they will understand that there's a difference between sukun and shadda. Otherwise, again, we'll get confused. We want to, we say destructure, like decentralize the mind. The mind has to be separated. So for example, hubbu, we're saying ha dhamma, hu, because remember, we individually, one, 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 one. We're individually spelling. So ha dhamma hu. ضاد تشديد حض ضاد تشديد حض. Then we're saying ضاد ضم ضو حض. So they understand it's double. So we say W, double. Yeah, we say W is double. W is double. But spelling is like this. ح ضم حو ضاد تشديد حض ضاد ضم ضو حض ضو. Like that. However, we mentioned that in noon mushaddad and mim mushaddad we change the spelling. How? We say ثا ثم, right? ثا ضم ثو. ميم تشديد واجب غنة. ميم تشديد واجب غنة. Because yes, because of the تشديد. So then we say, what is the difference in حط no غنة, but in ثم they have to say ثم. Yes, same. So if, for example, يظن, right? We say يا فتحة يا ضا ضم ضو ضا ضم ضو نون تشديد واجب غنة ظن. Yes. If they say it, they will do the gunna. If they don't say it, they will skip it. That is the training we have to give them. Because now we are training them later on, they will not say it anymore. They will not spell, they will read without spelling, but now it's already integrated into their brains. So they will not make mistake at that point. Okay. Then we went on to the qalqala. We explained here. Again, the spelling is written here clearly. Ya fatha ya. Jim sakin qalqala yaj. Ya fatha ya. Jim sakin, it's a qalqala because Jim is a qalqala. And Jim is a qalqala when you have sukun, right? Jim is not qalqala, but if you have sukun, it's qalqala. So we have to say Jim, sukun, or sakin, qalqala yaj. Then you have ayn fatha a, lam sakin al.
They understand us, but sometimes they don't.
Sukun, they don't understand?
Yeah, I know.
Sakin, you can say sakin?
Translate it into English.
Okay, so if you want to, you can say, what happens is, that's why I would say in the lesson of tanween and sukun, in the lesson, and in there, I think spend more time there until they understand sukun means stop.
So,
Yeah. So at that, yeah. So we have to explain to them in that page here they're learning something different. If they don't know, if they don't know sukun here.
So fatha is open, full mouth.
Okay.
Kasra is smiling.
Yes.
Sukun is just like line.
Yeah. No, I would say use your hands. Use your hands. You say sukun is like this. So you say ayn fatha a noon sukun an. But when you say tashdid, you say an. So you see it. So like this, like this. Yeah. So they understand that if you're holding on, that's sukun. And when you're detaching the hands, that means you're saying the word again. Sometimes if they don't understand this way, it's children, so you have to use some physical expression, like how she is doing it, so they understand it. Okay. So again, ya fatha ya, jim sukun or sakin, qalqala yaj. Ain fatha, a, lam, sakin, al. Yaj, al. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Okay.
When we stop on the mutaharrik and we will make it sound like fala, like that. What we will say?
So we will say first we'll say falaqa. We'll say fa fatha fa, lam fatha la, fala, qa fatha qa, falaqa. Then we say that if we stop on the qaf, then the qaf becomes sakin qalqala. The qaf becomes sakin qalqala, because qalqala is only when there is a sakin on top of the huruf qalqala. Yeah, you
Always on side.
always on sakin, yes. We always, yeah. So we teach them falaqa, but then you say now you have to stop. So when you stop, it becomes sakin, so it becomes qaf sakin qalqala falaqa. So some people sometimes they teach the qaida from the very beginning. They teach like this. For example, ja'ala, they say jim fatha ja, ain fatha ja'a, lam fatha la, ja'ala, stop on lam, ja'al. Some people they teach like that. In every example from the beginning of the qaida, they teach with sukun, without sukun. With sukun, they do that because they feel that the child should be able to understand both concepts from the very beginning. But that is up to you. If you feel you want to do this, that's up to you, inshallah. So we'll leave that up to the teacher, okay? Okay, now let's look at the spelling of lean. So lean was Hamza Fatha A, Ya Hamza Fatha A, right? Ya Sakin Huruf Lean Ay. Because Fatha before Ya Sakin is Huruf Lean, right? Fatha before Ya Sakin Huruf Lean. However, the children, if we teach them the Fatha before Ya Sakin Huruf Lean Ay, they might confuse with Fatha before Alif and Alif Lang. So they might get confused. So we are going to say Hamza Fatha A, Ya Sakin Huruf Lean Ay. حرف لين أي. Then we have noon fathana aina aina. We have to don't make sure we don't say aina, because aina will become a mad when we do waqf on the noon. Here we're just teaching them the harfilin, not the maddalin. Maddalin they learn later. Here they're learning only harfilin. So hamza fatha a, ya sakin harfilin ay, noon fathana aina. Okay. Same with awhayta, hamza fatha واو همزة فتحة أ واو ساكن حرف لين أو حاء فتحة حاء يا ساكن حرف لين حي. Yes, أو حي تا. So no prolonging, no making it أو or حي. No, it's wrong. Okay, then we have the example of إقلاب. So in إقلاب we mentioned that ميم فتحة ما نون ساكن من, and we stop. And we tell the child, now look at the next letter. What is the next letter? The next letter is ba. So what is ba? Ba is iqlab. So what is the rule of iqlab? The rule of iqlab is after noon sakin comes letter of iqlab ba. Noon sakin will change into meme and do gunna. So they say meme fathama. Okay, one second. We have a question. Okay. Or okay, no problem. So we have meme fathama noon sakin man. After noon sakin comes letter of iqlab ba. The noon sakin will change into meme and do ghunna. So you have yeah, and then we say ba, fatha ba, ba, ha, kasra khi, baqi, lam, fatha la, baqi la. You might wondering that why am I not rushing? Why don't I say ba, fatha ba, ha, kasra khi, baqi, la, fatha la? Because we want to distinctively make the child understand every sound separately, and we want to pause so the child is expecting to hear what I am going to say next. So we go slowly. وَالْعَجَلَةُ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الْأَنَاتُ مِنَ اللَّهِ. So we as human, وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ عَجُولًا. We want to do fast, fast, fast. Children also want to do fast, fast, fast. But we are ustad. Ustad say, no, slow down, relax. We don't have to finish everything today. We finish in time, no problem. Don't worry how fast she is going. Don't worry how fast he is going. You just go slowly but nicely. That's most important. Yes, foundation. Okay. So for example, let's quickly go on to the next one. So remember, what did I say about how many times they have to spell, sisters? How many times they have to spell? 5 times they have to spell. And how many times without spelling? 15, right? This is the golden rule. This is so important. This is so important. 5 times they have to read with spelling with their finger. They have to put their finger. If they're putting their finger here, they're looking there, then it's not there. They have to put their finger, they're focusing on the lesson. Senses, yes. Because I have seen children, they're saying Jim, but their hand is on Ba. And they're saying Jim because he's saying Jim from his brain. Yeah, so he's saying Jim from his mind, but he's putting his finger just because teacher said, put your finger, put your finger. He's putting his finger on Ta and he's reading Kha. So that's what I'm saying. That if we cannot connect the two, if their attention and their reading and their hands and their thinking is not connected, then they will not learn. Actual learning time is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Actual learning time. They're here for 2 hours. Why? For the environment. for the masjid environment, for the Muslim friends. They're here for the suhbah. The suhbah is 90% of the time. 10% of the time is learning. So when they're learning, if they're not paying 100% attention, as a teacher, they will not learn. We will move on and we think they know, they don't know. They just repeat it. They were not paying attention. Okay, that is why we have seen that huruf. If you teach a child alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha, and then you take a new page and you put your finger on jim, he doesn't know. He starts counting alif, ba, ta, tha, jim. Why do they count? Because they did not recognize the letter. In order, yes. Jazakallah khair. Okay, so anyway, now let's quickly go to what is this? Ikhfa, right? So remember, ta, tha, jim, dal, the child knows the 15 letters because we made them memorize in that sequence in the first page. They know ta, tha, jim, dal, dal, za, sin, shin. Here, what we're saying is mim, kasra, mi, noon, sakin, min. After noon, sakin came letter of jim, which is no ikhfa. Ta, tha, jim, jim, ikhfa. So after noon, sakin came letter of jim, ikhfa. What do you do now? What is the rule? The noon will be recited with a no. We have to make it very, very slow, which is with a slight nasal sound. Yeah, because if you say it has to read like a jim, they're going to say mid. You have to say that. You have to read the noon sakin with a slight ghunna. So in ghunna, so you say ghunna is Arabic, right? So we want to say English. We say slight nasal sound, slight nasal sound, right? So they're saying so min or min. So then we have jim dhamma ju dhamma before. So we first like this again one more time. Mim kasra mi, noon sakin min. After noon sakin came letter of ikhfa, jim. So the noon sakin will be recited with a slight nasal sound with the slight ghunna. Then now we say mil. Again, everyone say mil, and we are training. Practice again one more time. Mil. Then you say jim, dhamma, ju. Yes. So that's it. Then sometimes if you explain ready for the jim, it may be too hard to digest. So it's more like understanding the sound. They see the sound, they look at you, and they're trying to pick up. That's important. They're looking at your face, they look at me, tongue, like this. So then we say jim, dhamma, ju, dhamma before waw sakin, one alif long, ju, min, ju, and then ain, kasratain, ain, min, ju, ain. And then we go on. So in this way, it takes time. I'm telling you, it takes time. And there's lots of revision because they're spelling and spelling and spelling. And then they have to read without spelling. So it's like understanding the concept, spelling out the concept, reading with attention, repeating. It takes time, but foundation is perfect. And then we have to give exam also. Then someone, maybe Sheikh, what's his name? Sheikh Zaid, right? Sheikh Zaid might come and say, okay, I will come and do the exams. I'll give you an example. So then we have to send them to him for exam. He will write it down and stuff like that. So now what happens is once the students finish one page or 2 pages, Sheikh Zaid did the exam. Or Sheikh Suhaib might also do the exam, whoever they decide. So once they do the exam, what's going to happen? Now the child, he passes, right? Child passes. Now the child is very happy. Oh, I passed. And you'll see the way they walk, they're confident, they're smiling, they're looking at all their other classmates. I passed. So they're very happy. That's good. So it's like a challenge, every month challenge. Every month you have to do this, you pass, now they're very happy. But if they don't do it, then they're like, oh, they get very very nervous. Then you tell them, no problem, relax. 2 days later, we'll work 3 days, 4 days. Again, you have to go for exam. Again, you pass. No problem. No worry. But now we have built our standard. They know that in this masjid, you cannot just learn like here and there and move on. They will not let me move on. You learn perfect, then you move on. That's very important. So it builds discipline in their life. Although we're teaching qaida, we're teaching them personal discipline. So then even in school, they're like, okay, then I have to learn well. Even anything in life, playing games, or I have to play very good. Everything they have to do really good. Okay, let's keep going. Idhar, right? Okay, so we have fa, fatha, fa, mim, fatha, ma. Fa, fatha, fa, mim, fatha, ma, noon, sakin, man. So, faman. Now we say after noon sakin comes letter of idhar, ain. After noon sakin comes letter of idhar, ain. What is the rule of ain? What is the rule of idhar? Idhar is you have to read it very clearly. clear. Yeah, clearly. So we say after noon sakin comes letter of idhar ain. So the noon sakin will be recited clearly. So we say faman, faman. So we're not saying faman, faman. No, faman, clear, faman, faman, clear, faman. So we're telling the child clear, faman. See, clear. You see, I didn't make any sound. It's clear, faman. Yes. So like this, we make sure that you understand Aisha, you understand Fatima, you understand Humayra, Khadija, you understand? Okay, mashallah. Everyone understands. Then you move on. So it takes some time, they all understand, and we spill and move on. Then we had the idgham. So in idgham, we have with gunna and without gunna, right? So I'm just going to mention both. The first one is with gunna. Mim fatha ma, noon sakin man. After noon sakin,
Yeah.
what came? Letter of idgham ya. Letter of idgham ya. Now idgham has two, with gunna, without gunna. But here it's with gunna, so we say the noon sakin will join either ya and do gunna. Yeah, and do gunna. So it becomes may, and we keep on saying a few times. May, everyone say may. No, ya is after. Ya is ba'd. So we say may, and then we say ya, fatha, ya, may. Now we say mayya. So we are focusing on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. The moment we make two together, one child will understand, one will not understand. And we as a teacher has to make sure they all understand. So mayya, and then you have qaf, dhamma qu, dhamma before waw sakin, and alif lam qu, mayyaqu, and lam dhamma lu. Okay, let's go to the next one. Min rabbika. Mim fatha, noon, mim fatha mi, noon sakin min, mim kasra mi, noon sakin min. After noon sakin comes letter of idgham ra. But this is without gunna, so we say noon sakin will merge or join ra without gunna. Mim, noon sakin will join ra without gunna. So the noon basically disappears. So it becomes mid, mid, mid. Then we say ra fatha ra, ba tashdid rabb, mir rabb, mir rabb, and then ba kasra bi, mir rabbi, kaf fatha ka, mir rabbika. Okay, let's go on to إدغام الشفوي. Yeah, so we're saying, what is the rule of إدغام شفوي? إدغام شفوي, if after meme sakin another meme appears, we do غنة. That is the rule of إدغام شفوي. After meme sakin, if another meme appears, we do غنة. So they're going to say لهم, right? لام فتحة لا, ها ضمة هو, meme sakin hum, لهم. Then we say after meme sakin came, letter of idgham shafawi meme. Letter of idgham shafawi meme. So the meme will be read with gunna. So instead of saying lahum, you say lahum. Then you say meme fatha ma, fatha before alif, one alif long. Lahum, and so it's ma. So we say lahum ma, like that. Okay. Let's go and do this one more. Okay, so that was for example, let's say فهم معرضون. So we have fa fatha fa, ha dhamma hu, mim sakin hum, fahum. After mim sakin comes letter of idgham shafawi mim. So the mim will be recited with the gunna. So we say fahum mim dhamma mu ain sakin mu, fahum mu ra kasrari, fahum mu'ri, like that. Okay, let's do the next one. This is basically what is called. This is ikhfa shafawi. So ikhfa shafawi, I'm just going to take the first example because the first example has multiple rules. So we have hamza kasra'i, noon tashdid, noon tashdid what? Noon tashdid wajib gunna. Noon tashdid wajib gunna in noon fathana. Inna ra fatha ra, ba tashdid rabb. Inna rabb, ba fatha ba. Inna rabba, ha dhammahu, mim sakin hum. Inna rabbahum. Oh, okay. After mim sakin comes letter of ikhfa shafawi ba. After mim sakin comes letter of ikhfa shafawi ba. Ikhfa shafawi ba. What is the rule? The meme will be recited with gunna. So we say inna rabbahum Then we say ba kasra bi. Inna rabbahum bi. Ha kasra hi, mim sakin him. Inna rabbahum bihim. And try to make it a little bit longer. Don't make it 2 harakat. Make it 3, 4, 5, 6 harakat. Why? Because you're training them. You're training them. Okay. And the last one is idhar shafawi, which is the most common. So we say, if after mim sakin, any other letter comes besides ba and mim. If after mim sakin, any other letter comes except what? Except ba and mim. Because we've finished ba and mim, then you have to recite it clearly. No gunna. So either gunna or no gunna. So no gunna. So hum fiha. So ha dhamma hu, mim sakin hum. After mim sakin comes any other letter besides ba and mim. Yeah, so fa is one of the letters. Yeah, so other letters. So the meme will be recited clearly, no gunna. So hum. Fa kasra fi, kasra before ya sakin, and alif long fi. Hum fi. Ha fatha before alif, and then alif long ha. Hum fiha. And don't forget to say one alif long, one alif long. That is important. Okay. Then I mentioned yesterday also, Inna Allah. Let me just an easier one. Let's say Khalqullahi and Balillahu, right? Or Dinillahi. So let's say Khalqullahi, we say Kha Fatha Kha, Lam Sakin Khal. Qaf Dhamma Qu, Lam Tajdid Qul. Then we say after Lam standing Fatha, one alif long La. So it becomes Khalqullah, right? Then we say before the word of Allah, if there is a Fatha or a Dhamma, then the Allah will be, the Lam of Allah will be recited heavy. Full, we call it full mouth or heavy. So we say, now first they said Khalqullah, now they're saying the correct one. Now saying Khalqullah is not right. It's supposed to be Khalqullah. Khalqullah. So Khal is empty lam, right? Khal. Kha is also full letter. So Khalqullah. Then you have لام standing فتحة and alif long خلق الله and ها ضمه خلق الله هي ها كسرتي. Okay, now بل الله با فتحة با لام كسرة لي لام تجديد لل لام كسرة لي لام تجديد لل بليل. Then we say لام standing فتحة and alif long لا. Now we have to explain. We have to say, if after, before the lam of Allah, if there appears a kasra, then the lam of Allah will be recited lightly. So we say, again, we go back and say, Balillah, ha dhammahu, Balillahu. On the ha. Right? Okay. Yeah. Allah, Allahumma, both are full mouth. Allah is also full mouth, Allahumma is full mouth. But Qulillahumma is because of the kasra. Yeah, because Allah is fatha. When we say Allahumma, we're not saying Illahumma, we're saying Allahumma. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Then we have the huruf al-shams, huruf al-qamar. So here we are just showing them that this is an example of huruf al-qamar, which is huruf, what do you call? Yeah, so example of qamar is wal qamar mal qari'ah kana an-nas, right? This is qamar, right? And then you have the shams. So you have wash idha shams. Sorry, these are all what do you call? So here they're just telling the difference that when lam is mentioned, when lam is not mentioned. So there is a rule, but I guess it's too difficult for a child to understand. Remember, so we can maybe skip it for now and just tell them that sometimes you read like this, sometimes you read like this, and we'll explain to you later when you read like this, when you read like that. So we can just show them the examples and we say we'll explain. But just for now, this is qamari, this is shamsi, qamari, shamsi. Yeah.
And what always the shidda.
Is the shams. Yes. This is a good one. If you say that if there is a sukun on the lam, it's qamari. When there is no sukun on the lam, there could be shadda, there could be no shadda on the next letter, depending on the nuskha. For example, if it's an Irani script, Farsi script, Madani script, sometimes the scripts they change. Some keep a shadda, some might not keep shadda. Yeah, there's possibility. So we have to say that if you are if there's a sukun on the lam, it's qamari. If there's no sukun on the lam, you're skipping lam, it's shamsi.
Also, nothing, just going and after that there's a empty letter escapes. It's like a general.
Oh, general rule. Okay. Okay, so that means that if we are teaching the kids on one mushaf, we can mention what she mentioned. That's a good one. Yeah. Standard is one thing. So then we will say that if there is a shadda on the next letter, then you skip the lam. If there is no shadda on the next letter, then you put sukun on the lam. Empty. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now where are we? Okay. The raw full mouth, empty mouth. There's actually a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5, 6 points here. Ra with a fatha, a dhamma, or sukun is read with a full mouth. Ra after fatha, dhamma, or ra sakin. After, if the ra comes after fatha, dhamma, or ra sakin. Wait, what am I saying? Rules of the letter ra. Ra with fatha, dhamma, or sukun is heavy, right? Ra with fatha, dhamma, or sukun. After fatha, dhamma, or if there is a ra sakin, they read with full mouth. Ra with the full mouth. Yeah. No. Full mouth, mufakham. Full mouth means heavy. Mufakham. Empty mouth is muraqqaq. Okay. Tarqiq. Okay. So ra with the kasra is read with empty. So ri. Ra, ri. Ra, heavy. Ri, empty. Sometimes if you say heavy, it may confuse the child. Because for Americans, heavy is heavy. You're lifting a boy, that's heavy. And if you say full mouth, empty mouth is easier for them to understand. For example, if you say the word awesome, awesome is full, awesome. If you say cat, that's empty. That's an example. They get confused with full mouth also?
Right here, heavy and light.
Oh, heavy and light. Okay. They get it? Okay, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Okay. So then you have ra sakin before or after a heavy letter. Okay. Anyway, this ra sakin is actually a hard concept. So I think that you will have to eventually do more and more examples before they fully grasp it. But for now, you can just mention some basic points. When is ra full? When is ra empty? Okay. Then we have the mudud, right? So in the mudud, we have, for example, maddul muttasil. So let's take the first example. You see the spelling on top? It is spelling. So you have su, right? So seen, dhamma, su. Dhamma before waw sakin, madd tab'i is usually one alif long. So then you say, after madd tab'i came a hamza, number 1, or the hamza without queen, right? Hamza number, hamza without queen. So the madd tab'i will change into madd muttasil.
Yeah.
The madd tab'i will change into madd muttasil. How long? 4, 5, 6, whatever you want to say. Okay. So then you say su, and then you say hamza, dhamma, u, su, u, like that. Okay. Then you have the madda, which is maddul munfasil. So let's spell the maddul munfasil. Like for example, fi ammu, right? So we have fa, kasra, fi. Kasra before ya sakin, madda, tab'i. So it's fi. Then we have after madda tab'i came hamza number 1, or you can say hamza with queen. You can say queen hamza. You can say the queen hamza if that's easier. Just standard. So let's say queen hamza, right? Manana, is that okay? Queen hamza. Yeah. So you say no. They put hamza here. They like in this nuskha. This is the Persian nuskha, right? Yeah. This is a yeah. You don't need it. Okay. So in the other one you have a hamza, right? Yeah. You have hamza with alif though. Hamza with alif. Okay. So you have hamza with alif. So what happens is, so in what do you do there? You put the so you have after mad tab'i came hamza. Hamza. What? How? You can say hamza with alif. You can say hamza without alif. Hamza with alif. Okay. So in the first one was hamza without alif. So it mad tab'i becomes mad muttasil for alif long. Here you can say hamza with alif. So the mad tab'i becomes mad munfasil. How long? How long? How long? Just say, I think maybe say a lot of them, many numbers, or just put How many numbers should they put? Huh? Same ones. Make it same. I think just keep it same then. Just keep it same so there's less confusion. So if you want to put 246 for Madda Muttasil, you can just put 246 for here also. Yeah, keep it same. Same thing. If you keep it same, it's easier for them to remember because they're too young to understand the ikhtilaf. Now we just want to teach them one standard, right? Okay. Then you have fi, then it's Hamza fatha fi amim sakin am. So fi ra kasrari fi amri. Yeah. Okay, now we have so we have, for example, this is called maddul lazim. So you have Hamza standing fatha, madda tab'i, lam sakin, right? So you have after madda tab'i came a sukun or shadda. Yeah, yeah. Standing fatha is alif saghira basically. So if you want to say alif saghira, you can say it. But if you think the children will not understand, because for them it's like a fatha, they understand it's fatha. Standing fatha is the one who's standing. You get it? So it's a fatha, but it's a standing one. So fatha is fast and standing one is double. So if we say Hamza standing fatha madda tab'i, after lam sakin, so after madda tab'i comes a sukun or shadda. The madda tab'i will change into madda lazim, 6 counts. 6 harakat, 6 counts. Inshallah. Inshallah, we'll continue after Salah. Inshallah, we'll continue after Salah, inshallah.
Allah. أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Alhamdulillah. Sure. I don't have water, but I'll take it after cold. We'll pepper it. Sure. So, so are you aware of the little pickup between the Aces and the Arabs? Which one? Yeah, and yeah, there's that's so they that's what they're trying to do. And over here, generally, like the Arabs will generally teach according to that style. Now, what they do is, I'm actually a little surprised because generally, even the Arabs, what they do is they just follow the tafsir or the template for the kids. Yes, because it's too complicated for them to bring the makhraj. Yes. That's what they were trying to do, and I'm just looking at them like, dude, that's too complicated even by Arab standards. Because over very much, the principle is she's Muslim. She doesn't tell the kids to do the makhraj. She just has the things that you just match that. Right now. So. We missed a No, we're good. We did. Yeah, Sheikh, did we miss one rakat? Huh? They said. We did four, right? Yeah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. اختلاف. فيه رحمة. Okay. Okay. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we have sorry, where are we? So we have, okay, Bismillah. So resume. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we have little time. We have 45 minutes and we have a lot to cover. So inshallah we'll start straight away. So the next part was huruf al-muqatta'at. Just going over that when we do especially ikhfa and ghunna, try to make the students focus more on the sound. If and as less as possible words, more focus on the sound that's coming out. That's just easier for the students to connect. Once they can connect their sound with what they're saying, they will remember. Okay. Now we have the huruf muqatta'at. Jazakallah khair. So then we have the huruf al-muqatta'at. Muqatta'at is basically we say that every letter has to be pronounced separately. Every letter has to be pronounced separately. So we say, for example, alif, la, because they already know. When we taught them the makharij, we taught them la, right? When we taught them makharij of mim, we taught them mim. When we taught them the makharij of sad in the first day, we said sad, dad, right? Yes.
I can present them from the first beginning.
Yes.
That each letter has a name, each letter has a
Sound. Yes.
The name. Name is
Yes.
the sound.
Okay. That's also very good. So but again, they will understand the sound when they go to a, I, u, ba, bi, bu. They'll understand the sound. So if you can do it from the beginning, that's good. You'll reinforce it once they go there. But otherwise, here in the muqatta'at, we have to make sure they understand that in these places of the Quran, we read each letter separately, independently, individually. Every letter is independent. So for ya, seen, ya, seen. So everything independent. Okay, we keep going. Then we have, for example, here. So in this is the what we call the example or application of all the rules. Same thing, they have to read this page with spelling 5 times, without spelling 15 times. That is the golden rule. 5 times with spelling, 15 times without spelling, with putting their fingers and paying attention, basically, knowing where their fingers are. Okay. So we're done with the qaida. We're done with the qaida. Now, your question might be, after qaida, what happens? Sisters? Yeah. So the next question is, after qaida, what happens? After qaida, we're going to go to juz amma. After qaida, we will go to juz amma. Here. Oh, this is also one part of qaida. What we call that, where you have la ilallahi afa immata. We'll say in the Quran there are some places where there is a alif, but we don't pronounce them, right? So circle, yes, yes. And then you have the test. So here, remember, okay, here the Sheikh, he added more. He said with spelling 5 times, without spelling, he mentioned 20 times. Anyway, 15 times at least, inshallah. Okay. Okay, now here is the instructions for the teacher. This is important. I'm just going to read it out loud. Sisters, please pay attention. Look at the screen. Interactive class control is key. It's called non-verbal communication. It's called non-verbal communication. There is a training. There's one brother Mikhail Ibrahim. You can search him online, Michael Ibrahim. I'm sorry, his name is brother Michael. I forgot his full name. Michael Abraham. He's a Muslim. He's originally from Syria. So it's supposed to be Mikhail Ibrahim, but he became Michael Abraham. So he has 20, 25 hours of training on non-verbal communication. How they hold their hands, how they let their go hand, how you look, how you communicate without even speaking anything. It's called non-verbal communication. Anyway, interactive class control is key, utilizing gesture and eye contact. Gesture, using your hands, like examples, using your finger for the harakat, and eye control, looking at every single child and making sure that they know you're watching them, making sure they're watching you. That whole gesture and eye control is very important. If the student loses eye contact with you, they have gone to the Jannatul A'la. They're playing games in their houses, they're playing video games at home. They're sitting in class and they're going like this. and they're playing video games in their house. They're watching cartoon in their house. So if you lose eye contact, you lose the class. You lose eye contact, you lose the class. That is why we have two types of teachers. We have the teacher who is, mashallah, who is Sufi A'la, like Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, and he's looking down, and mashallah, he's focusing on one student, and everyone else they're in zoo, mashallah. They're looking, someone is looking at Tom and Jerry, someone is doing this, and why? Because we're like dua to Allah like that, like, oh Allah, I'm focusing on one student. The whole class is gone. So a teacher is like bird. A bird, for example, if I put some food here and a bird is watching from there, he will come first, he will watch long time. Then he comes and then he jumps again. And then he comes again, he jumps, and then he walks slowly, slowly. But he is going like this. He's looking left, looking right, looking up, looking down, and going again one. He cannot sit. So teacher is like this. If teacher is doing dhikr and fikr and focusing on one student, mashallah, everyone is gone. So looking here, yes, our movement has to be constantly all over the place, which is why even though we are doing 2 hours of class, after 2 hours, we need half an hour break. Or you need one coffee, like one chai, like one about chai, because you realize this is children. هذا أطفال. When we speak, the teacher plays a very important role in the learning process of the child. The way we speak, the words we say, like, am I like very active and very fresh and like energetic, or am I sitting down like this? And the tone, and then everything has impact on the students. We always speak to students in easy language, easy language, because hard language they don't understand, and we need them to understand what we're saying. And remember, gradually the children will start copying the teacher. That is why when we teach, if we can teach whole group together, it's good. If we cannot, then make subgroups. 3 student, 4 student, 2 student, 5 student, like this. If we cannot keep them together, we make smaller groups. But teaching as a group is very good. And then we can say, you are A group, you are B group, you are C group, you are D group. So we are doing some class together, some class we're calling and doing it with them. We give them together, we listen in 1-1. Give together, listen 1-1. So we can make sure they're saying it right. Sometimes tell stories. Tell your own story. Oh, when I was small, I used to do this. I would say ha like this, ha. I would say jim like za, and the kids will start laughing. So you say, oh, you make sure you don't do it, okay? And they make fun of the giggling, laughing. But they say that if a class is laughing, then they're learning. If class is laughing, then they're learning. If they're not laughing and they're all sitting like, mashallah, all Junaid Baghdadi, then we have a problem. Maybe they're sleeping, yes. Maybe they're sleeping. Okay, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the best teacher, right? He was the best teacher, and the Sahaba, they were the best student. The Prophet of Allah, he was best teacher. The Sahaba, they were the best students. We have to replicate that, recreate that in the class. We should try to be the best teacher and make our students the best students. Then, inshallah, these students, they will give us lots of sadaqah jariyah later on in life, inshallah. Okay. So we have never compromise in the quality. Okay. The huruf, the makharij, alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, dal, dhal, za, sin, shin, sad, ba, sad, dad, ta, dha, like this, fa, qa. These letters, he is saying in this note, it's advisable that from the beginning of qaida until we finish qaida every day, 5-7 minutes, we teach the whole class together. So my question is now, what is the first lesson of the class? What is the first lesson of the class?
Not the first day.
No, not the first day. After they have calmed down, they're happy, they like you. Ask everyone how you're doing, what do you do at home? Oh, mashallah. What games you play? Oh, okay. What do you eat? First week, the bill collection. But when you start, what is the first lesson? What is awwal sabaq? Huh? No. As-salamu qabla al-kalam. As-salamu qabla al-kalam. This is the first lesson. When they come to the masjid, awwalu sabaqin huwa salam. and not salam alaikum. That's not salam. ليس هذا ليس سلام. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. That's salam. هذا هو السلام. So when we teach, we don't say salam alaikum. No, we say, everyone say assalamu alaikum, alaikum, assalamu alaikum, and they're learning. So every day there is a few lessons we do ijtima'i together. Whole class. We say salam, a'udhu billah, and bismillah. And the makharij. Alif, ba, ta, tha, 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 jim, dal, dal, za, sin, sheen, sheen, صاد صاد us صاد. So like this, we might take us 10, 15 minutes. But every day, from the beginning of Qaida until the end, we should do the makharij. Yes.
Told us that pronounce the letters of vibration in the way that they are vibrating.
Yes.
So how can we present the dal? For example, we say dal, dal. Then there is
No. We say dal because da fatha da has no vibration. Dal has vibration when there is a sukun. Yes. That's why in sad there's sukun. No sukun. Yes. Dal sakin. That's why it's a vibration. Otherwise, there's no vibration. Sad. Sometimes if they cannot say a word, they have to put fatha and before it and put sukun on it. Or kasra and sukun, dhamma and sukun.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like ghain. If they say gain, say no, it's not gain. Say gha, say then slowly the ghain will come out sometimes. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I'm not going to go much more on this. There's a whole note. There's a whole note in the qaida for the teachers. The teachers can inshallah take a read it. Now I want to go on to the next part. I just focused heavily on the first part. The second part is the memorization, right? What was the 4 parts one more time? First one was qaida, Quran reading, and then memorization. Okay. So before I go to memorization, once they finish qaida and they pass the qaida exam, what do they do next? No.
Recitation.
جزء عامة. Recitation. ليس حفظ. Recitation. Recitation is, for example, first is Surah Fatiha, obviously. I think by then they should know Surah Fatiha. So let's say from Surah Nas. So I'm giving an example. Let's open Surah Nas. Okay. Okay, let's say Surah Nas here, right? Okay. So Surah An-Nas. So you have قل أعوذ برب. So sisters, so when we put them in the Quran. In the Quran, we have to also make them spell. They have to spell and read. So we're going to say Qaf. Yeah. Yes. No, they have to spell it. So for example, Qaf dhamma qu, lam sakin qul. Qaf dhamma qu, lam sakin qul. Hamza fatha a, qul a, ain dhamma u. Dhamma before waw sakin, one alif long u. Qul a'u, qul a'u, qul a'u. You have to say it over and over again. قل أعو 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 قل أعو ذال ضمه ذو قل أعوذ قل. They will say قل أعوذ. You have to make sure they don't say that. قل أعوذ ذو. Then, for example, رب الناس, you say با كسر بي نون تشديد واجب غنة بن نون فتحة before ألف one ألف long نا. قل أعوذ برب سين كسر سي ناس. قل أعوذ برب الناس. Stop on what? Stop on the scene. So they'll say again قل أعوذ برب الناس. Now they have to explain the مد عارف. They say that if you are stopping, if you are adding a sukun due to stopping, if you are adding a sukun due to stopping after a madd tab'i. If you are adding a sukun, or you can say if you're stopping after a madd tab'i, the madd tab'i changes into madd arid. How long? How long? How long? 4 alif long. Four long. So then they become nas. Before they were saying nas 1 alif. Now because madd arid, nas becomes nas. So in this manner, they spell and read 5 times spelling, 15, 20 times without spelling. Like this, they do قل أعوذ ناس, falaq, ikhlas, tabbat yada, kafirun, nasr, kafirun, surah Kawthar, surah Ma'un, surah Quraysh, surah Fil. They can go into surah Humaza, surah Asr, surah Takathur, surah Qari'ah. So you have to choose when you want to stop the spelling. You as a teacher, you have to choose. I would say you should take the help of the examiner, because you are sending every month, you're sending your student to the examiner for examining, right? Every month once. So maybe examiner tells you that, sister, mashallah, you have done a good job. Maybe now you stop spelling and you do without spelling. However, even when you stop spelling, for example, when he says min sharri, you have to say, 1 second. Why did you do ghunna and noon? Then he will say it's ikhfa. Like why? After noon sakin comes the letter of ikhfa sheen. So the noon sakin has to be right with a slight nasal sound. So even when we stop the spelling, they have to read. They have to know the rule. So they read, but you stop sometime and ask them question. You stop them and you ask them question. Okay. Like this, they will do maybe up to Surah Shams, maybe Surah Duha, maybe Surah Qari'ah with spelling, and then after that, the rest of Juz Amma without spelling, the reading. After Juz Amma is done, then we start 29th Juz, Tabarak Alladhi. So in Tabarak Alladhi, again, every month they come for testing. And again, you have to always ask them, why ghunna, why mad, why no ghunna? You have to always ask. Always ask, or they forget the qawaid. But gradually, after they read 29, 28, 27, their Quran reading they will become very, very good. Yeah, recitation. Now they're building the confidence. Now you open Surah Baqarah, you open Surah Kahf, you open Surah Ma'idah. Yes, they can read on their own. They don't need your help. Alhamdulillah, we have now taught them how to read the Quran. Now, my brothers and sisters, here's one important thing. At this point, if Allah wishes, if we have Maulana Suhaib also still, inshallah, here, inshallah, then maybe 2 years or 1 year later, we can say, oh, mashallah, there's 100 student, this 10 student, maybe they can do hifz. Maybe they can do hifz of Quran. Maybe. Why? Because mashallah, they are very smart and they're reading Quran fluently. No qawaid mistake, no makhraj mistake, no ghunna mistake, nothing. They're reading. So we say, okay, in 2026 summer, we will have summer program. We will have summer tahfiz program. So we say 3 hours a day, and the students will come and they'll memorize Surah Al-Kahf or Surah Yusuf, one of the two. Either Surah Kahf or Surah Yusuf. If they can memorize in summer, in 6 weeks, they can memorize Surah Yusuf or Surah Kahf, and they remember, they don't forget, that inshallah this child can become Hafiz of Quran. Then we can start morning from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock, we can do Hifz. Then your students will become Hafiz of Quran later, inshallah. Your students, inshallah. And you become the Sadaqah Jariyah because you taught them Quran. So if you teach like that, that's the goal, inshallah, that they become Hafiz. Okay. Now, what was the next? What was the next topic? Islamic studies. Okay. No, before Islamic studies. Yes, memorization. Memorization. Okay, let me open memorization. So can everyone see the screen? Can you see the du'as? Is it clear enough or is it not clear? Yeah. Make it bigger? Huh? A little bit bigger? This is okay? Yes. Okay. So here, this is the memorization book. So let me show you the book also. So they have a book called the memorization book. Yeah. Oh, you have it there? Okay, I'm just going to show it to you again. So here is the book. Can you see the book? So this book has so many. This book has 27 surahs. This book has 27 surahs and 117 du'as. 27 surahs and 117 kalimas and du'as. Our target is, if the children who are studying with us, if they are going to stay with us for 6 years, at the end of 6 years, we want them to memorize all these surahs and all the du'as with translation. So here, let me go back to the book. For example, here's from this book, not from the Quran. The Quran is for reading, tilawa, reading and qawaid, application. Hifd is from this book. So now here, let me give you an example. Now, suppose we have this, right? So here, as you can see, you have Surah Fatiha. This is kindergarten. This is kindergarten. So you have Surah Fatiha. You have the first kalima, dua before starting something, dua after completing something, dua when making an intention, dua when giving something, dua when seeing something nice. You see? Then you have dua when seeing something great, dua when climbing up the stairs, dua when climbing down the stairs, dua when we make a mistake, dua, ta'awudh, tasmi, dua before eating, dua before sleeping, dua when we greet a Muslim, and dua before replying to the greeting, dua before drinking, dua after drinking. And then as you can see, you have the names of Allah. So this is basically kindergarten. So the question is, how do we teach? Tartib. Nizam al-awqat. We have timetable. So for example, if we have 5 to 7, 5 to 5, 10, 15, we do ijtima'i, right? Everyone together. Assalamu alaikum, a'udhu billah, bismillah, alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, dal, dal, za. So, and then we have now 45 minutes for the qa'idah or the Quran, 45 minutes. Now we have from 6 to 7, or maybe asr now. So maybe we have from 6:10 to 7, 50 minutes. In 50 minutes, we will give this book 15 minutes only. 11 كوكبة. لا 15. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. We start by saying, okay, because now students, they already know A'udhu Billah, Bismillah. So we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Everyone pay attention. Everyone open the books. Everyone, or if they're too small, they cannot read, close the book. Look at me. Everyone, we say, everyone look at me. Look at me, my eyes. Look at my eyes. Yes, okay. Now say Al. Say, don't say Al. Say again louder. Al. Al. Okay, now what? Now say Ham. 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 Together. Al-ham. 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 Now do. Do. Everyone say do. Don't say do. No, do is wrong. Don't say do. No. Do. Do. Say Fatima, say do. Abdullah, say do. Like this. Whoever you see is not paying attention, you say Aisha, say do. Okay, mashallah. Now together, Alhamdu, Alhamdu. You do this, maybe 15 minutes is gone. One day, 15 minutes is gone. Now tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow we don't do surah anymore. We just say everyone yesterday, what did we study? We studied Alhamdu. What did we study again? Alhamdu, right? Everyone remember? Okay, mashallah. Okay, everyone turn the page. Here, turn the page. Now we say the first kalima. What is it? The first kalima. So we say, what should we say? La ilaha illallah, or should we say La ilaha? Which one should we say? Tell me, which one should we say? Should we say La ilaha illallah, or should we say, huh? Why? Why do we say long? Why? Yes, ma jazakallah khairan.
The rules.
Yes, from the qaida, we say, remember the rule? The rule is after, basically, if they don't, maybe they're too small to know the rules. But we tell them, we teach them with the qawaid. We say, everyone say together, La ilaha. Everyone says, La ilaha illallahu, illallahu. Don't teach la ilaha only. Always teach La ilaha illallahu, illallah. This much. Then the next day, which is one day later, so Monday you taught them Alhamdu. Tuesday you taught them La ilaha illallah. Wednesday you teach them Lillah. Alhamdu Lillah. And then Thursday you teach them Muhammadur Rasulullah. 1 week is done. Next week, you teach them Monday. But every day, the next day, yeah, 15 minutes every day. What happens is we want to finish this because we have 17 du'as and we have 5 months. We have 5 months for 17 du'as. We have 5 months for Surah Fatiha. So if we Surah Fatiha seven ayah. So if we do one ayah per if we do one ayah per every 2 weeks, we're good. The 7 times 2 is 14. So if we do one ayah every 2 weeks, alhamdulillah. Every 2 weeks they have every week they have 2 days of Quran, they have 2 days of dua. 2 days of Quran, 2 days of dua. Now the question is, what is the maqsad? What is the objective of this? The objective of this is that no. The objective is they have to when they learn Surah Fatiha, they have to recite Surah Fatiha in Salah. When they learn La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, then they have to read this 10 times before sleeping. You have to give them homework. Your homework is you read this 10 times before sleeping. You can we have WhatsApp group with parents. You can make a message. All the parents, I teach them La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So homework, yeah, like I said, they have to read 10 times before sleeping. That is their homework. Learning is not homework. Reading 10 times before sleeping is homework. The benefit is now even father and mother, they don't read. Father and mother, they don't read. When we, no, yes, now they don't read. When you tell them that Muaz's father, you have to make him read 10 times before sleeping. Now Muaz's father, he sits with Muaz and he says, say again, or mother, whoever it is. Now Muaz's father and mother, they're also saying the kalima. Yes. So you are not teaching children, you are teaching 2-in-1. Jazakallah khair. You're teaching 2-in-1. Now you're ustad of children and ustad of father and mother. Now Deen Islam is coming into children, coming into father and mother. And Allah gives you sadaqah jariyah. So that's how we do it, inshallah. Okay? Okay, so I finished Qaida Tilawa. I finished memorization, right? Any questions so far? Now I have 2 more. Islamic studies and application. But before I go, I have to show you the examination. So for the examination, if you go into our thing, if you go into here, there is how the examination is done. I'm going to give, inshallah, the teachers access to this folder. Inshallah. When Zuhaib, just remind me. So here is the testing. Okay, so when, for example, let's say if we ask Sheikh Maulana Suhaib, then Maulana, you have to do the testing. So Maulana Suhaib is going to use this sheet. I showed it yesterday, I'm going to show it again. So for example, he will put on left side Aisha, Muhammad, Yaqub, Yusuf, Sulaiman, Fatima, Humaira. He puts them all on left side. And then he puts here. Everyone, let's say their qaida beginning. Qaida beginning is they have done the makharij and they have done fatha kasra dhamma only. So what he does is he tests them. Okay, he will tell Muhammad, read from alif to noon, right? Alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, dal. Or he will do upside down. He will say read from noon backwards. Read noon and then like this, they go backwards. Or he will go straight down. So his objective is making sure they have recognition. Yeah. So if they make recognition mistakes, he puts it under letter recognition. Under letter recognition box, you see the box? He puts the mistakes there that he's made mistake in sad. He's saying sad like ta. He's saying dad like dha. He's making mistake, changing letter. He puts it into the letter recognition. Afterwards, if he makes a mistake in makharij, reciting the kha like a ka, reciting the qaf like a ka, reciting the dal like a da, ta like a ta. The kids do it. So he puts them under makharij. Then harakat is only fatha kasra dhamma now. Later on, 2 fatha, 2 kasra, 2 dhamma. So there's 6 harakat. Fatha kasra dhamma, 2 fatha, 2 kasra, 2 dhamma. If they're reciting the an like a in, the in like a an, the un like a in, something like that. Sometimes they do that. So he puts the harakat mistake, he puts the sign. Then if they make a e, u mistake, in the sense that it's a, they're reciting a. Or it's a, they're reciting as a. You understand? That is only if they have learned the lesson of Mad Tab'i. If they have not learned Mad Tab'i, then you cannot count that as a mistake. If they're saying Hamza, Fatha, Fatha, Ba, you cannot count that as a mistake. But once they learn Mad Tab'i, then Ba, Fatha, Ba is a mistake. Okay? Yes, so advanced is the second box. You see the qaida middle? Qaida middle is second box. Second box, they did sukun and tajdeed. Third box is qaida advanced. Qaida advanced is they have learned noon sakin, mim sakin rules. Quran reading is the most advanced. Quran reading. They know all the qawaid. So there they have ra mufakham, ra muraqqaq, lam of Allah, everything. So in each box, he has to put it down, which mistake they're making. And then he gives them on QN means qaida, nadira is basically tilawa. Qaida tilawa score. And on the right side, under surah memorization, he is going to put the mistakes they made for hifz. For example, they're saying la ilaha illallah. It's not la ilaha, it's la ilaha. So he says madda muttasil mistake. Sorry, madda munfasil mistake. Or if they're saying, for example, qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. So you have rabbin shadda mistake and nas madda tab'i mistake. So he will give a score and he will say, okay, this student has to fix this problem. So because everything is written down, it's easy for the teacher. Now the teacher says, okay, on the mistake. So the same sheet is used for the testing every month and also for testing at the end of the semester. But every month we don't give number, but end of semester we give number. We add the mistake and we give number. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, and let's go to the next one. Next one was Islamic studies, right? Next one was Islamic studies. So Islamic studies, which one is it? Is the syllabus? Yeah, Islamic studies. Yes.
Islamic studies listed there.
Yes.
The issue was what we ran into. This is by grades.
Okay, so we will divide the students based on age in the Islamic studies. So for example, until Asr, say until 6 o'clock, they were doing their, they were in their respective groups. And usually there we try to group them closer to their Quran level or Qaida level because we want to keep them together. From 6 o'clock after Asr, we redistribute the groups. So 5 to 5, 6, we give to one teacher. 7, 8, we give to one teacher. 9, 10, we give to one teacher. So the students, based on age, we restructure them. So the memorization of dua and surah is done based on age, not based on their level of qa'idah. You understand that? Yeah.
We don't have much students to actually.
Then we can make two groups. Then make two groups. Yeah. So we will start here. So in Islamic studies, we will usually try and start with book 1 if they are older. If they are younger, they will spend more time on the surah and dua book, the hifz book, the memorization book. They'll spend maybe from the Islamic studies 90% time on the book because they're very small and they will not understand. Yes, as a teacher, I can tell them stories. I can tell them story of Yusuf alayhi salam. I can tell them my own story. I can tell them, some stories if they get bored, but focus more on the memorization book for younger children. When they become a little bit mature, they're 6 years old, 7 years old. Now they understand because they're going to first, second grade in school. Then we give them the book 1. In the book 1, you see, as you can see, grade 1 to grade 8. You see on the top, C1, C2, C3. Can you see it? So these are the grade. On the left side is subject. So on the left side, you have fiqh, subject number 1. Hadith, subject number 2. Sirah, subject number 3. Tariq, subject number 4. Aqaid, subject number 5. Akhlaq, subject number 6. Adab, subject number 7. There is actually a template which we usually give to the teachers to make a week-by-week lesson for the whole year. A week-by-week lesson for the whole year. Here, as you can see, in fiqh, they will start from pillars of Islam all the way till they will learn the fiqh of nikah. They will learn the fiqh of ijara, of riba and gambling. From very basic to very advanced. Then in hadith, 85 hadith. Then in seerah, the whole life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his shama'il, and the Khulafa al-Rashidin and the Ummahat al-Mu'minin. Everything is in the seerah. In tariq, you have Adam alayhi salam to Isa alayhi salam. And then you have the Banu Umayyah, you have the Banu Abbas, you have the Muslims in Spain, then you have the Crusaders, the Salubi, and then you have the Uthmanis. So you have the whole from Adam alayhi salam to 1923. You have the whole history, the whole tariq. Then in Aqaid, you have from very basics of Amantu billahi malaikatihi all the way to the concept of ثم استوى على العرش. Then in akhlaq and adab, there is 40, 40. There is 40 akhlaq and there is 40 adab. 40 akhlaq means tahara, adab, politeness in speech, being thankful, keeping a promise, kindness to animals, seeking advice, envy. Envy means hasad, ghiba, and then yeah, pride. So and then you have the modesty of gaze, valuing time, spreading rumors, and namima. So they have akhlaq on different topics, muamalat, muashat, akhlaq. They're all combined. The adabs are the masnun, the sunnah, the sunnah of eating, drinking, sleeping, the sunnah of So they have the sunnah. In grade 6, there is 2 books. They have books for boys, books for girls in grade 6. Because for the boys, they talk about the masail of tahara for the boys, for the girls, they're for the girls. So in the book 6, we'll change. They will separate, inshallah. Okay, so this is this is the general Islamic syllabus. Then we have what we call the an-nasiha, further studies. Further studies means children who are, let's say they are 14 years old, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you teach them this stuff, they get bored. So for them, is more advanced. For them, we have this book called Further Studies. Here, they will learn about the essentials of Islam, Aqidah, Tahara, Salah, Dua, Islamic calendar, Sirah, and history. Then under Iman, they will learn Sifat, Asma al-Sifat. Then they will learn about evil and suffering, Dala'il al-Nubuwah, the final revelation, and search for the truth. They will learn about, in Ibadah, they will learn Khushu in Salah. They will learn Salah of Musafir, day of Jum'ah, Sawm, Hajj. Then they have Muslim identity. So they have expression of Iman. For example, don't be shy to be a Muslim outside in school. Don't be shy. Don't be shy of wearing hijab. Don't be shy of wearing this. Don't be shy. So they're expressing Iman. Akhlaq of a believer. Examples of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Islahun nafs. Then you have mental health, Muslim contribution to the world. Then you have Muslims around the world. Then you have living as a Muslim, family, community, masjid, free mixing, marriage, and ta'ziyah. Then you have kasbul halal. You have zakah and sadaqah. You have Islamic economics. Then you have investments, business, tijara, and you have inheritance. So this is for further. Now you might ask, no, you will have, inshallah. If the students are here from 5-year-old to high school, inshallah, you'll have time. Our job is keeping them here long time. Every child, masjid has to become like family. Masjid becomes like their home. So they come here every day for a year. Laysa 3 sana. No, not 5 years. We want them to hear from 5-year-old all the way till high school, all the way till 16, 17. So that's why whatever we have here, inshallah, you'll have time. But have the intention that we want them to become practicing Muslim and become example in the school. Okay. Now exams. Maulana Suhaib, you have to understand this. Maulana Suhaib knows this. It's called the Nasiha exam portal. So I'm just doing so this is the book I showed you on Nasiha. They have what we call the exam portal. In the exam portal, for example, I showed you the one book, right? I didn't show you the book, but this is one of the books. Let me actually show you one of the books quickly. Let's see book 1, right? Let's take a book quickly. So let's take a book here. So for example, can you see the book, or it's too small? Too small? It's good? So for example, fiqh. This is grade 1 fiqh. So in grade 1 fiqh, they learn about the pillars of Islam, right? Shahada, Salah, Zakah, Sawm, and Hajj. Then they learn about Tahara, and they learn one aspect of Tahara is wudu. So they learn wudu and they learn how to make wudu, right? Now you want to make an exam. So you choose fiqh. This is grade 1 fiqh. And I search. So as you can see, there's 42 questions I can choose from. I don't have to make an exam. I can choose from their exam portal. So I can choose, for example, I can choose pillars of Islam. I can choose, this is easy question. I can choose a medium question. Then Shahada, I can choose a hard question, right? Then I can choose Zakah. I can choose an easy question. I can choose a medium question. So I have asked, how many questions I have asked? 5 questions. Here, 5. How long will it take? How much time? 12 minutes here. Yeah, 12 minutes. How many marks? 17. So you see, it's very easy to make the question. You don't have to make a note and write it down. So my advice is, when you're teaching Islamic studies, you as a teacher should have one exam every 2 weeks. It depends on the student. If student is very older, make written. If it's younger, oral. Every 2 weeks, maximum every month, at least one exam. If you don't do this, then they will forget. They study 20 pages, they forget the third page, first 3 pages. They study another 10, they forget the first 5. So there's no benefit. So we want them to keep on remembering. So revision and remember. Okay. This is the Islamic studies. And finally, on Thursday or Monday, this is your choice. So how much time do we have for Quran again? How much time we have for Quran? Qaida? 1 hour. But first 15 minutes, what do we do? Ijtima'i. Assalamu alaikum, a'udhu billah, bismillah, and makharij. Then 45 minutes, we do small groups. Group. Again, 15 time with spelling, 5 time with spelling, 15, 20 time without spelling. Then after that, we have Asr. After Asr, we do what? 20 minutes. How much? 15 minutes. 15 minutes of? The dua. The dua, the surah, rotation, and also the names of Sifat of Allah. So we have du'as, surah, Sifat of Allah. One day we do this, one day we do surah. One day dua, one day surah. We rotate. And then how much time we have left until 7? No. 6:10 we finish salah, right? So from 6:10 to 6:25 we did surah or dua, rotation, right? So from 6:25 to 6:57, how much time we have? No, we have only 30 minutes. Because last 5 minutes we make students pack their bags, we make them stand in line, we bring them, and then we wait for parents to come, and we give one student at a time. Because receiving students is our responsibility, and giving it back to the parents is also our responsibility. And making sure when they sit in class, their bag is in one place, their table has to be very, very straight. Like sawu sufufakum also in the table of the students. If one student table is like this and like that, it's no good. No, they cannot go early. 1 minute early is haram. 1 minute early is haram. 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Yes, but for us, from 6:55, we get them ready. By 6:58, they're standing on the door. 7, then we let them go. And the parents come. We have one teacher inside, one teacher on the door. Yes, so we have to make sure no student should run into the parking lot. Otherwise, accident happens. It happened in Long Island. One student leg break because someone coming out of parking, they don't pay attention. So, but in class, receiving them, making the bag on one side, making the desk very, very straight. Sufuf, the desk, 1, 2, 3, very straight line. If line goes back, you stop class. Everyone make line straight again. Discipline, not just tarbiyah. Yes, it's tarbiyah, not just ta'aleem. Ta'aleem, tarbiyah. Ta'aleem, line has to be very, very straight. Clothes has to be white. شديد بياض الثياب شديد سواد الشعر لا يرى عليه أثر السفر ولا يعرفه منا أحد. No, we don't force them, but we encourage them. ليس force ولكن encourage. But it's fine. ما في مشكلة. If they put hijab on for here, at least they're learning that in masjid hijab. So for training, it should be there. So slowly, we tell students, if you have uniform, I give you number. No uniform, you lose some number. So then, oh, I lose number? Okay, I become uniform. So like this, you don't force them, but you encourage them. And with points, yes.
He recommended that we use like
Yes.
at the end of the week, whoever has like 3 or 4 checks, they'll get like
Yes. So sisters, we can do that. For example, behavior, uniform. You can make 4 checks. Every week, if everyone has all 4 checks, you can give them gift. Yeah, to reward them. So that way, because our objective is ta'aleem and tarbiyah. Whether the masjid applies the rules or not, our class is as strong as us. If we are strong, we are disciplined, class is disciplined, inshallah. Okay, now, what was the thing I was saying? On Thursday. So on Thursday, we have 30 minutes for Islamic studies, like every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we teach them Islamic studies, whether fiqh or hadith or aqidah, you teach them. On Thursday, you do revision. Thursday is revision. Whatever we do whole week, revision. and last 15 minutes, for example, 6:40, 45 to 7, 6:40 to 6:55, we do practical ibadah. We do practical ibadah. Okay, now I want to show you the report card. Ready? I'll show you the report card after the exams. No, okay. So, okay, we need to make the calendar is ready, right? Mahana Sohaib? Calendar? No, okay. The calendar, okay. So, sisters and brothers, please take a look at this report card. This is a template. When we make the report card, this is what we grade them. For example, when they have the Qaida exam, let's say they have 90, right, in the Qaida, sisters? Just take a look because it's I think. Then let's say Tajweed. Tajweed, let's say 80, 75. Memorize Hifdh Surah, right? So Surah, let's say they have 80. Dua memorization, let's say 90. Islamic Diniyat is Islamic studies. Islamiyat, let's say 95. Wudu, remember I said every Thursday, 15 minutes for wudu and salah. So we also test them in the imtihan. We say, okay, Muhammad, say takbir tahrima, Allahu Akbar. Recite thana, subhanak Allahumma. Recite ta'awud tasmi, a'udhu billah, bismillah. Recite surah Fatiha. So he's reciting. So we make the test every student on wudu and salah every exam. So if we say in the practical wudu salah, you gave them 80. Attendance. You have to check attendance every day. Attendance, let's say they got 90. Then we have behavior. Behavior, let's say they have 90. Good student. Uniform. See? Uniform, let's say you give them 80. Here. Now the total is 89.25. The total is 89.25. Yes. So this is this is how we do the grading. And then not only that, we also in each grading, we also write class position and days absent. You see? Class position and days absent. And then we also write in one semester how much qaida they completed, how much Islamic studies, how many surahs, and how many du'as. And then we also write the comments. So we put this into a Google Drive. So when we have second semester, then we have all the first semester information and we added the second term information. Okay? At the end, can you please go over the resumers of yesterday? Okay, yes, I finished. I did that, alhamdulillah. We did yesterday's revision. So, okay, so this is how the grading works. So all these things, we have to keep track of it throughout the semester. Okay, now the only thing I have left is to show you the planner, okay? The planner for the year. So there's the teacher's resource, and this is the syllabus, curriculum planner. So in the curriculum planner, here is the curriculum planner. So here, the teachers, they can take maybe 2 weeks time, but they should put in how much we want to complete in every subject on a weekly basis. So for example, for Quran, I want to complete this. For surah memorization, maybe surah Fatiha, ayah number 1. For dua, maybe kalima tayyiba, la ilaha illallah. For Islamic studies, maybe I want to teach them 5 pillars of Islam or only shahada. So like this, we have week by week. So there's no, they're different, but in the ijtima'i, we do together. So maybe the student, he knows Surah Baqarah, but when he's sitting in class, we're teaching them Alhamdu. That's it. So they're not individually memorizing. They're memorizing as a jama'ah. Because at the end of the semester, everyone has to say Surah Fatiha perfectly, without any mistakes. They cannot have any lahn jali mistakes. Otherwise, it's a problem for us. Okay, is there any questions now? Any questions? Barakallah fikum. May Allah Ta'ala accept, inshallah. Barakallah, jazakallah khair. Okay, inshallah. So we will end up here. Subhanallah. Okay, finally, we need, in the beginning of the year, we have a parents orientation. After every semester, we have a parent-teachers meeting. And also we should have WhatsApp groups with the parents, and we should send them updates, recordings of some surah or dua, and homework, what the kids need to do. Don't let the parents teach the children. Let them follow and practice on the a'mal. And we do the teaching in the masjid, inshallah. That way the quality will not be compromised, inshallah. Okay? Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Barakallah.